This is the practice test number 3 for Computer Programming 1. And the first thing we're supposed to do is find our font over here and open it up. And we want to set the font name to Verdana. We want to set the size equal to 20, and I deleted an angle bracket there. Let's put that back in. And then we want bold italic for the style, and then we can close that. Okay, and then we want to do an enumerated data type. And its values are going to be splash, screen, playing, game over. And then we want a variable of that type. And then we want to initialize it to whoops, wrong one. Splash. Then we want to load some content, so let's go down here to load content. And I want Darth is a texture equals content.load, and I want to load in a texture 2D called Darth. Okay, and I want a font, and that is going to be content.load texture 2D, and I just call that font. And we also want to load, okay, why am I getting an error here? Font, let's go up here. Oh, it's not texture 2D, duh. There, much better. And then we've got a splash, let me see, a splash screen texture that we want to load. Whoops, wrong one. Okay. And we also want to set, I should probably do the rest of this up here. I want to set the splash screen rectangle. I think that's what it was. And I want to initialize Darth's fields. We should probably go up here and do that initialize. And actually, those are the values I want to put in. So actually, we might be able to just kind of cheat a little bit here. Position equals (240), and we want Darth dot source rectangle equals rectangle, and that happens to be the whole image. And rotation 0. Not a rectangle, it's a vector. And Darth dot scale. And Darth dot, whoops, effects, fact. And layer depth equals 0. And now I can delete this stuff that I commented. Okay. And we also need in load content down here, we need to load in our sound. Sound effect equals sound effect. Ta-da. Now we need to create an instance. We do that from the sound effect. Dot create instance. Okay. We also need to do some things with our game state here, and I'm going to try to organize this code a little bit by using some methods. So update the game state, and then I will write a method called, actually I don't need to worry about putting protected out in front, void and if I'm in the splash screen state, and then what I want to do is I want to check to see the gamepad. Well, I better read the gamepad first. Let me see if I call that gamepad. And gamepad with a capital G dot get state player index dot 1. Okay. And then I want to check the gamepad dot, whoops, lowercase g. Dot buttons dot start equals dot pressed, and previous gamepad dot buttons dot start released. Then it is time for me to change to the playing state. Okay. And then the other thing is, if I'm in the playing state, then what I need to do is check to see if I want the back button this time. Then I go to the game over state. Okay. And if I'm going to do this stuff, well, I've already got this line in here. I can get rid of this now. But what I do need to do at the end is I need to got to copy the gamepad over into the previous gamepad, so I can do that comparison on the next tick of the clock.